everybody, it's Catherine from Jayne, Catherine on Books. Here we are again with another book for today, and it's day 6 of the UK lockdown, and I've brought another author for you today that we've not looked at yet, and this is a gorgeous book. This is A Song for Issy Bradley by Carys, Bray. Now just look at this beautiful cover on this. There, can you see that? Yeah, it's hard to do because I've been doing a lot of sewing this morning, been doing some of my embroidery and my junk journal books. I should have loads to sell by the time we've finished this lockdown. But my hands are getting a bit sore. So beautiful end papers on this. I originally read this in the library. It was a library book, and what I tend to do is if I read a library book and I really love it and I want to read it again, then I tend to get my own copy. And this was quite inexpensive. I think I only paid £5 for this from the book people. Now those that have been with me a while will know that the book people, you can have loads of bargains, but unfortunately they're saying they're closing down. So that's sad. Anyway, today's book. This is a slice of life looking at a family. And this family is of the Mormon faith. And there's been a tragedy in the family. And it's looking at how each member of the family is coping or not coping with this. I won't say what the tragedy is with it. And also what's really interesting is I personally didn't know all that much about the Mormon faith, and it was interesting to learn more about that, but also how they tackle grief. That is a big part of this book. I feel this coping or not coping, and they have very strict beliefs, I understand from reading this book. Carys Bray was actually brought up in the Mormon faith herself. She does live in the UK, and sort of set of traditions or ways of dealing with grief that perhaps are different to other faiths, really. I found that very interesting, but on the outside looking in, it feels like, goodness me, they're having to suffer this grief. It felt quite isolating, I think, in how the members suffered and how they worked through this tragedy. Now, I don't want you to think, oh crikey, we've got enough going on. We've got enough tragedy going on at the moment. But it is an uplifting book. It is a lovely story. We've got young Jacob, who I think he's the narrator actually. Or do each of them? I can't remember now. It must be about 4 years ago I read this. Claire. It may not be young Jacob that's actually, no, I think it's Claire, the sister, that's actually the narrator. But we hear a lot from young Joseph, young Jacob even. I've got a Joseph, and it's uplifting. There's sad moments, there's funny moments, and I think it's just a lovely look at family life. And you know, we're all spending a lot more time in the home within our family unit, and obviously there's only David and I and the dog, but you know, other people with the younger children and that, they've got a bigger family unit. And I think it's a lovely book for this time, really, just to see a nice slice of life. I'll just read you the blurb, because I don't want you to be put off. It's I've perhaps made it sound a bit glum, but it's not really. Not glum, it's just makes you think about things. So it says, I won't read you the first bit because I think it gives it away. It is a story of Ian, husband, father, maths teacher and Mormon bishop, and his unshakable belief that everything will turn out all right if they can only endure to the end like the pioneers did. And really, yeah, that's it. That's, you know, that's what we need, some upliftment, and we will get through this together and we'll come out the other side. It is the story of his wife Claire's lonely wait for a sign from God and her desperate need for life to pause while she comes to terms with things. It is the story of the agony and hope of Zippy Bradley's first love. The story of Alma Bradley's cynicism and reluctant bravery. And it is the story of 7-year-old Jacob. His faith is bigger than a mustard seed, probably bigger than a toffee bonbon, and he's planning to use it to mend his broken family with a miracle. Incredibly moving, unexpectedly funny, and so sharply observed it will make you feel as if you could pick the wood chip off the bedroom wall. A Song for Issy Bradley explores the outer reaches of doubt and faith, but mostly it's a story about a family trying to work out how to carry on when their world has fallen apart. You see, I could have just read that out and you'd have known what it was about instead of me trying to explain it. Anyway, this was her debut piece of fiction for adults, and she's written, you know, other pieces since then, and she did used to write stories, short stories at one time. So this is the story of Issy Bradley by Carys Bray. It's our book of the day, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.